Captain Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES Falcon, watching the stars through the large window in front of him. His ship had been traveling for 3 months, looking for new worlds that humans could visit. The Falcon was not a big ship, but it was fast and had good equipment for exploring space. "Captain, we have something on our sensors," said Lieutenant Danny Brooks from his station. His voice was calm, but Jake could hear the excitement in it. "There are ships ahead of us, okay? They are not human ships." Jake walked over to Danny's station and looked at the screen. There were 5 large ships floating in space near a bright star. The ships looked nothing like human ships. They were smooth and curved, almost like they were grown instead of built. "How far away are they?" Jake asked. "About 2 million kilometers, sir. They are not moving toward us, but they know we are here. We are getting signals from them." Dr. Lisa Carter, the ship's expert on alien life, came to the bridge quickly. She was a small woman with brown hair, but she was very smart about different kinds of life in space. "Captain, this is what we have been hoping for. These might be the first aliens we have ever met." Jake nodded. This was the moment that could change everything for humans. For hundreds of years, people on Earth had wondered if there was other life in the galaxy. Now they might have their answer. "Open a channel to them," Jake ordered. "Let us see if we can talk." The main screen changed, and suddenly they could see inside one of the alien ships. A tall, thin creature appeared on the screen. It had blue skin and large eyes, and it wore a white uniform with strange symbols on it. When it spoke, the ship's computer changed its words into English. "I am High Commander Veltar of the Zephyrian Fleet. You are from the species called humans, are you not? We have been watching your world." Jake stepped forward. "I am Captain Jake Morrison of the United Earth ship Falcon. We come in peace, hoping to meet other intelligent life." The alien's large eyes seemed to study Jake carefully. "Peace. Yes, we know this concept well. We are part of the Galactic Confederation, a union of many species that work together. Have kept peace in this part of the galaxy for 10,000 years. Dr. Carter moved closer to the screen. 10,000 years. How many species are in your confederation? Over 300 species belong to our alliance, Veltar replied. We maintain order and prevent conflicts between worlds. Your species is new to us, but we have studied your broadcasts. You seem to be a young species, still learning about the galaxy. Jake felt something was wrong with the way the alien spoke. There was a tone in its voice that reminded him of how adults talk to children. We may be new to space travel between stars, but humans have been exploring and learning for thousands of years. Yes, we have seen your history, Veltar said. The alien's voice became colder. Your species has a troubling past. You fight wars against your own kind. You build weapons designed to kill. This is not the way of civilized species. Lieutenant Danny Brooks looked up from his station. Captain, I am reading more ships coming this way. A lot more ships. On the screen, Veltar continued talking. The Confederation Council will need to decide what to do about your species. Until then, you must return to your home system and wait. Jake felt his anger rising. No one had ever told humans where they could or could not go in space. With respect, Commander, we are free people. We go where we choose to go. The alien's expression changed, looked surprised, and maybe a little afraid. You would refuse the guidance of the Confederation. This is not wise. We have technology and power that your young species cannot imagine. Dr. Carter stepped closer to Jake. Captain, I think there is a misunderstanding here. Commander Veltar, humans are peaceful people, but we also believe in freedom. We do not submit to others without good reason. More alien ships appeared on their sensors. Communications Officer Kelly Walsh looked worried as she listened to the alien signals. Captain, I am picking up their communications. They are talking about us like we are dangerous animals that need to be controlled. Veltar seemed to hear something through his own communication system. The decision has been made quickly. It's good. The Confederation Council declares that humans must stay within their own solar system. If you try to leave, we will use force to stop you. Jake looked around his bridge at his crew. He saw the same expression on all their faces that he felt in his heart. Humans had fought for freedom on Earth for thousands of years. They would not give up that freedom now. Commander Veltar, you should know something about humans before you make threats, Jake said, his voice becoming harder. We are not a species that accepts chains, even if they are made of gold. We choose our own path. The alien looked confused. You would fight the entire Confederation. This is madness. We have ships that could destroy your entire world. Maybe you could, Jake replied. But you should ask yourself if you want to find out to what happens when you corner a species that has survived by fighting for everything it has ever gained. The communication ended suddenly. The alien ships began to move into threatening positions around the Falcon. Danny Brooks looked up from his weapons station. Captain, they are powering up their weapons, but they are not firing yet. I think they are trying to scare us. Jake smiled, but it was not a happy smile. They do not know humans very well, do they? Kelly, send a message to Earth. Tell them we have made contact with aliens, and those aliens have just made their first mistake. What mistake is that, sir? Kelly asked. They think we are prey, Jake said, watching the alien ships on his screen. They are about to learn that humans are predators. 6 months had passed since the first meeting with the aliens. Earth had used every day to prepare for what everyone knew was coming. Factories worked day and night, building new ships and weapons. Every person who could fight was training for war. Admiral Kethmer of the Aquatic Dominion led 200 alien ships toward Earth. He was confident this would be an easy fight. Species had never lost a battle in 3,000 years. The humans had only 30 ships to defend their world. It would be over quickly. Admiral, we are approaching the human home system, reported his second-in-command. Their ships are moving to meet us. Should we destroy them now? Kathma looked at the display showing the tiny human fleet. First, we will show them our power. When they see how many ships we have, they will surrender. The Confederation prefers to avoid killing when possible. Commander Rick Taylor stood on the bridge of the UES Liberty, the flagship of Earth's defense fleet. Captain Amy Rodriguez was beside him, watching the alien ships appear on their screens. The enemy had more ships than anyone had hoped. My God, whispered Lieutenant Tom Wilson from his station. There are so many of them. Rick put his hand on the young man's shoulder. Numbers do not win battles, son. Fighting spirit does. Humans have more fighting spirit than any species in the galaxy. Captain Rodriguez activated the communication system that connected all human ships. This is Captain Rodriguez to all ships. Today, we fight not just for Earth, but for the right of humans to be free among the stars. Show these aliens what happens when they threaten our home. The alien fleet stopped just outside weapons range. Admiral Kethmer opened a communication channel to the human ships. I am Admiral Kethmer of the Galactic Confederation. You are surrounded and outnumbered. Surrender now, and your people will live under our protection. Refuse, and we will destroy every ship you have. Captain Rodriguez looked at Commander Taylor, then smiled. Admiral, I have a message for you and your Confederation. We choose death before slavery. She closed the communication and turned to her crew. All ships, attack formation. Let us show them how humans fight. The human ships moved forward, and Admiral Kethmer could not believe what he was seeing. The smaller fleet was attacking his much larger force. No species had ever done something so foolish. Sir, they are actually coming toward us. his officer reported, sounding confused. Should we retreat? Retreat? From 30 ships. Keithmer was angry now. Destroy them all. Show them what happens when prey tries to fight predators. The battle began, and immediately the aliens realized something was wrong. The human ships did not fight like any species they had seen before. Instead of staying at safe distances, they flew directly into the alien formation. Captain Rodriguez guided the Liberty straight toward the largest enemy ship. Her crew was singing old Earth war songs as they fired their weapons. The alien crews had never heard anything like it. Pilot Susan Grant flew her small fighter ship between the giant alien vessels. Her ship was damaged and leaking air, but she kept fighting. When her weapons stopped working, she did something that shocked every alien who saw it. "Tell my family I love them," she said over the radio. "And tell the aliens that humans never give up." She turned her broken ship toward the bridge of an alien command vessel and flew straight into it at full speed. Both ships exploded in a ball of fire. Admiral Kethmer watched in horror as more human pilots did the same thing. When their ships were too damaged to fight, they used them as weapons. This was not how civilized beings fought wars. Captain Paul Davis commanded the UES Freedom when alien fire destroyed his engines and weapons. Instead of surrendering, he ordered his crew to leave the ship in escape pods. "Captain, what are you doing?" asked his second officer. "Something the aliens will remember," Paul replied. He manually guided his ship toward the alien flagship, while Kethmer watched in disbelief. The Freedom crashed into the alien ship, and both vessels were destroyed. Paul Davis died with a smile on his face, knowing he had hurt the enemy. Dr. Henry Wells watched the battle from Luna Station near Earth's moon. He was recording everything for the military leaders. What he saw amazed and frightened him at the same time. "The humans are losing," he reported to Earth Command, "but they are fighting like nothing I've ever studied. They do not retreat. Do not surrender. When they cannot win, they make sure the enemy pays the highest price possible." The battle lasted 6 hours. When it ended, all 30 human ships were destroyed or disabled. But Admiral Kethmer looked at his own losses and felt sick. He had lost 47 ships and thousands of crew members. This was supposed to be an easy victory. More troubling was how the humans had fought. They showed no fear of death. They sang songs while they died. They laughed when they were losing. They turned their defeat into a weapon against their enemies. Admiral Kethmer opened a communication to the Confederation Council. Elder Zonik of the Ethereals appeared on his screen. "Port, Admiral, I trust the humans have learned their lesson." Kethmer looked at the wreckage around Earth. "Elder, we have won the battle, but I do not think we have taught them anything except how to hate us more. Explain." "These humans do not fight like any species we know. They do not fear death. They do not seek survival above all else. When they are losing, they fight harder. When they are dying, they take as many enemies with them as possible." Kelda Zondik looked concerned. "Are you saying they are dangerous?" "Kelda, I am saying we have made the worst mistake in Confederation history. We have gone to war with a species that loves war more than life itself. I recommend we kill every human in the galaxy immediately, or we will regret this day forever." The transmission ended, and Admiral Kethmer looked at Earth below. The planet looked peaceful and quiet, but he knew that was wrong. Down there, the humans were not mourning their defeat. They were planning their revenge, and Admiral Kethmer was terrified of what that revenge would look like. 3 months after the battle at Earth, the galaxy began to see what humans did when they were angry. The Confederation expected the humans to ask for peace after losing so badly. Instead, Earth declared total war against every species in the 2 Alien Alliance. General Maria Santos stood in the war room on Earth, looking at maps of alien territory. Around her were the best military minds humanity had ever produced. They were planning something the galaxy had never seen before. "The aliens think they taught us a lesson," she said to the room full of officers. "They are right. They taught us that they can be killed." Admiral Kevin Wright pointed to the star map on the wall. "Intelligence reports show the aliens have never fought a real war. For 10,000 years, they have only had small conflicts. They do not know what total war means." Colonel Tony Mitchell had spent weeks studying alien battle reports. What he found made him smile in a way that would have frightened the aliens. Their military doctrine is all wrong. They fight to win with the least damage. They try to preserve their enemies. They have rules about what targets they can attack. Dr. Rachel Kim, the new head of human military planning, looked up from her computer. "We have no such rules. Every alien military base, supply depot, communication station, and transport ship is a target. We will fight them the way humans have always fought wars." The first human attack came without warning. Commander Steve Johnson led 12 small ships to a Confederation mining facility in the Kepler system. The alien guards expected a large fleet if humans were going to attack. They were wrong. Johnson's ships appeared from behind an asteroid field, destroyed the mining station in 15 minutes, and disappeared before help could arrive. They left behind a message for the aliens to find. This is just the beginning. Humanity remembers. Captain Nina Foster led the next attack against a crystalline research station. Her team did not just destroy the facility. They captured the alien scientists and took them to a human ship for questioning. The crystalline beings had never experienced fear before. Their species was based on logic and cooperation. When the humans began asking questions about alien military plans, the crystals learned what terror felt like. "Please," one of the captured aliens begged through the translator. "We are scientists, not soldiers. We do not know military secrets." Captain Foster looked at the crystal creature with cold eyes. "Then you are useless to us. Maybe your death will send a message to those who do know." She did not kill the alien, but she made sure it believed she would. When the crystalline scientist was returned to its people, it spread stories of human cruelty that made other aliens afraid to be captured. The Confederation Council met in emergency session on their hidden capital world. Elder Praxis of the Silicon Collective studied reports from across their territory. What he read made his mechanical mind calculate probabilities he did not like. "The humans are not following standard warfare patterns," he reported to the other council members. "They attack civilian targets, torture prisoners for information, and use psychological warfare against our people. It's barbaric," said Elder Zondik. "This proves they are a primitive species." "No," Elder Praxis replied. This proves they are an effective species. In 6 weeks, they have destroyed more Confederation assets than we have lost in the last century." Dr. Carl Hayes worked in a secret laboratory on Mars, studying captured alien technology. What he discovered changed everything. The aliens had better energy sources and faster ships, but their weapons were designed for precision, not destruction. "They build everything to last," he reported to Earth's command. "Their ships can be repaired easily. Their weapons are meant to disable, not destroy. Okay? Even their armor is designed to protect the wearer, not to intimidate enemies. Okay? What does that mean for us?" asked General Santos. "Means they have never fought anyone who wanted to completely destroy them. Their technology is not built for the kind of war we are bringing to them." Sergeant Ben Clark led the first human ground attack on an alien world. The planet Saren was home to a Zephyrian colony of peaceful farmers. The aliens had never seen combat on the surface of a planet. Clark's soldiers moved through the alien cities like ghosts. They destroyed power stations, communication towers, and supply depots. When the alien police tried to stop them, the humans disappeared into buildings and sewers. "Sir, we cannot find them," reported a Zephyrian officer to his commander. "They attack and then vanish. Our sensors cannot track them when they hide among the buildings." The human soldiers had learned urban warfare during centuries of conflict on Earth. The aliens had no idea how to fight in their own cities. The most shocking moment came when Admiral Wright demonstrated human pack hunting behavior at the Battle of Kepler Station. The aliens expected the human fleet to attack in formation, like civilized species always did. Instead, Wright split his forces into small groups that attacked from different directions. When alien ships moved to fight one group, another group attacked their undefended sides. When the aliens tried to retreat, a third group was waiting for them. Captain Joe Turner commanded one of the hunting packs. His 5 ships moved like wolves chasing prey, never giving the aliens time to rest or reorganize. "Target their engines first," he ordered his pilots. "Do not destroy them quickly. Make them slow and helpless. Then we will finish them when we are ready." The aliens watched in horror as their fleet was torn apart by an enemy that fought like wild animals. But these animals had starships and nuclear weapons. Commander Alex Stone developed new weapons based on alien weaknesses that Dr. Hayes had discovered. The ethereals, who were made of living energy, could be disrupted by electromagnetic pulses. The crystalline minds shattered when exposed to chaotic sound waves. The aquatic species could not function in the vacuum of space that humans moved through easily. "Every species has weaknesses," Stone explained to his weapons team. "The aliens never learn to find and exploit those weaknesses because they have been at peace too long. We will teach them what war really means." Captain Janet Woods led the assault on New Harmony, a Confederation regional capital. Her forces used tactics that made alien observers sick with fear. They fought building by building, room by room, showing no mercy to anyone who resisted. The aliens had built their cities for beauty and peace. The humans turned those cities into battlefields where every corner could hide death. When the battle for New Harmony ended, the human flag flew over the alien capital. The message was clear to every species in the galaxy. The predators had come to hunt, and nowhere was safe. 1 year after the war began, the Galactic Confederation was falling apart. It started as a simple police action had become their worst nightmare. Supreme Commander Velanoth now led all alien forces, but he was losing the war against an enemy he did not understand. "Show me the reports again," he ordered his staff. A quadrigraphic display showed red marks across dozens of star systems. Each red mark was a place where humans had attacked and won. His intelligence officer was a Zephyrian named Kolseth. "Commander, the humans now control 47 systems. They are moving deeper into our territory every day. Our forces cannot stop them." Velanoth studied the patterns of human attacks. There was no logic to them that he could see. The humans did not attack the strongest positions first. They did not try to capture the most valuable planets. Instead, they seemed to attack wherever they could cause the most fear. They're not trying to conquer us," he realized with growing horror. "They are trying to break our will to fight." Captain Joe Turner's fleet appeared in the vegan system without warning. The aliens had learned to fear the sight of human ships, but they still tried to fight. Turner's 12 ships faced 30 alien vessels defending a supply depot. "Captain, should we wait for reinforcements?" asked his second officer. Turner smiled, the cold smile that his enemies had learned to fear. "No, we hunt alone today. It's all ships, attack pattern Omega. Let us show them how predators work." The human ships spread out and began circling the alien formation. They did not attack directly. Instead, they stayed just out of range, firing occasionally at the slowest alien ships. The alien commander, Admiral Frickstar, watched the humans with confusion. What are they doing? Why did they not attack with full force? His tactical officer studied the human movements. Sir, I think they are trying to tire us out. They want us to chase them. Then we will not chase. We will stay in formation and protect the depot. But the humans had other plans. One by one, they picked off alien ships that moved too far from the group. When the aliens tried to rescue their damaged vessels, more human ships appeared to attack the rescue teams. Lieutenant Colonel Mary Phillips commanded ground forces on the planet below. While the space battle continued above, she led her soldiers in attacks against civilian targets. The key, not to kill civilians, but to terrify them. Her troops captured the planet's main communication center and began broadcasting human war songs on all frequencies. The alien population had never heard anything like the violent music that humans created. The songs spoke of death and victory, of hunting enemies and showing no mercy. Please stop, begged the alien communication officer. Our people are becoming sick with fear. Mary looked at the terrified alien. Good. Fear will make them smart. Smart aliens surrender quickly. Commander Alex Stone had perfected new weapons that used alien weaknesses against them. The ethereal species lived as beings of pure energy. The Stone's electromagnetic disruptors could tear their energy forms apart. The crystalline minds thought with perfect logic. But Stone's chaos generators filled their thoughts with random noise. That drove them insane. The aquatic dominion needed water to survive. But Stone's dehydration bombs could remove all moisture from a ship in seconds. Each alien species evolved for one environment. Stone explained to his weapons team, humans evolved to survive anywhere. That makes us the perfect predators to hunt them all. Captain Janet Woods led human forces in the siege of Harmony Station, the largest alien military base in this part of the galaxy. The station was built inside an asteroid and was supposed to be impossible to capture. Woods did not try to capture it. Instead, she surrounded it and waited. Captain, the aliens have enough supplies to last 4 months, reported her tactical officer. I know, Woods replied. But they have never been hunted before. We will teach them what it feels like to be prey. Human ships floated around the asteroid like sharks circling wounded fish. Every time an alien ship tried to leave the station, the humans destroyed it. Every time a supply ship tried to reach the station, the humans captured it. Inside the station, the alien commander watched his situation grow worse every day. His name was General Quinder, and he had never lost a battle in his long career. Sir, our food supplies are running low, reported his supply officer. The humans have captured every transport we sent for help. Then we will break out with our entire fleet, Quindar decided. All ships will attack at once. Surely we can overwhelm them with numbers. When the alien fleet burst from the asteroid, Captain Woods was ready. Her ships did not try to stop the aliens from leaving. Instead, they followed behind like hunting dogs chasing rabbits. The alien fleet was fast, but the human ships were faster. One by one, the humans caught the slower alien vessels and destroyed them. The survivors reached the next star system, but only 12 ships escaped from the original 50. General Quindi realized with terror that the humans had not been trying to capture his station. They had been using it as bait to lure his fleet into the open where they could be hunted. Dr. Patricia Green studied captured alien psychology reports from her laboratory on Earth. What she discovered explained why humans were winning the war so easily. The alien species are all prey animals, she reported to the military command. They evolved by hiding from predators, not by becoming predators themselves. When they developed technology, they used it to hide better, not to hunt better. What does that mean for the war? Asked General Santos. It means we are not just fighting aliens. We are fighting a galaxy full of prey animals who have forgotten what real predators look like. They built a civilization based on hiding from danger. We built our civilization by becoming the danger. Sergeant Chris Young's squad was surrounded on the planet Kelvis, Akiva. 50 alien soldiers had them trapped in a ruined building with no escape route. Any other species would have surrendered. Instead, Young's soldiers began laughing. "Sir, why are they laughing?" asked the alien lieutenant to his commander. The alien commander did not know. His species had never developed humor about death and violence. They did not understand that humans often laughed when they were about to do something terrible. Young's squad had been carrying experimental weapons that Dr. Stone's team had developed. When the aliens finally stormed the building, they found only empty rooms and a recorded message. "You wanted to hunt humans?" Young's voice said from the speakers. "Congratulations. You found us." The building exploded, killing every alien in the area. Young and his soldiers had known they could not escape, so they had turned themselves into a weapon. The explosion was heard across the planet, and every alien on Kelvis learned the same lesson that the galaxy was learning. Humans did not fear death. They used death as a tool to hurt their enemies. Supreme Commander Velanoth received reports from across Confederation space. Every report told the same story. The humans were not just winning battles, they were destroying the alien will to fight. "Sir, we are receiving surrender requests from 12 colonies," his communications officer reported. "They want to give up rather than face human attack." Velanoth closed his eyes and tried to think of a solution, but was none. The Confederation had awakened something that could not be stopped. The humans had become the galaxy's apex predator, and they were hunting every species that had dared to threaten them. 2 years after first contact, the Galactic Confederation was dying. Emperor Zarthel of the Void Monarchs sat in his fortress on the planet Centauri Prime, the last stronghold of the Alien Alliance. Around him were the survivors of 300 species that had once ruled the galaxy. "How many ships do we have left?" he asked his war council. General Kethmer, the same admiral who had attacked Earth so long ago, looked at his reports with tired eyes. "Less than 5,000 ships, Emperor. The humans now have over 50,000 vessels spread across the galaxy." Elder Zondik of the Ethereals flickered weakly in his energy form. "How is this possible? 2 years ago, they had 30 ships. Now they outnumber us 10 to 1, 'cause they do not build ships like we do," Kethmar replied. "We build ships to last for centuries. They build ships to kill enemies. When they capture our factories, they change them to make weapons instead of tools." Admiral Kate Morgan led the human fleet toward Centauri Prime. Her forces had grown beyond anything the galaxy had ever seen. Every captured alien world became a base for building more ships and training more soldiers. "Admiral, we are approaching the last alien stronghold," reported Captain Larry Davis from the lead ship. "Our scouts say they have gathered all their remaining forces here." Kate looked at the tactical display showing thousands of alien ships defending their final planet. 2 years ago, such numbers would have terrified any human commander. Now, they just looked like targets. "All ships, prepare for final assault," she ordered. "Today, we finish what they started when they threatened our home." The aliens had spent months preparing their defenses. They had built massive weapons platforms around their planet. They had created energy barriers that could stop any normal attack. They believed they could finally stop the human advance. They were wrong, Commander. Ellen White led the first wave of human ground forces. Her ships did not attack the alien defenses directly. Instead, they landed on the planet's surface and began fighting their way through the alien cities. The Confederation forces had never experienced urban warfare. Their soldiers were trained to fight in open space where they could see their enemies. The humans turned every street and building into a trap. "Sir, we cannot find them," reported an alien soldier to his commander. "They are everywhere and nowhere. Our sensors show human soldiers, but when we go to that location, they are gone. The alien commander watched his forces being destroyed by an enemy he could not see. How did they move so fast? How did they know where we are going to be? The answer was simple. Humans had learned to hunt in cities during thousands of years of warfare on Earth. They knew how to use buildings, sewers, and tunnels to appear and disappear like ghosts. Colonel Jack Thompson led his forces through the alien capital with orders that shocked even his own soldiers. Destroy everything, he commanded. Every building that could shelter enemies, every bridge they might use to escape, every power station that gives them light. Sir, there are still civilians in those buildings, protested one of his officers. Thompson looked at his subordinate with cold eyes. The aliens should have thought about their civilians before they threatened ours. This is what total war means. The humans did not kill civilians on purpose, but they made sure the aliens understood that nowhere was safe. When alien families saw human soldiers destroying their neighborhoods, they fled in terror. The roads became clogged with refugees who could not fight or defend their world. Dr. Sophie Turner studied the psychological profiles of captured aliens in her mobile laboratory. What she found confirmed everything humans had suspected about their enemies. They have no concept of total war, she reported to the command staff. Her entire civilization is based on cooperation and compromise. They literally cannot understand why we do not accept their offers of surrender. What offers? Asked Colonel Thompson. Every day, their leaders send messages asking what we want. They offer us technology, territory, resources, anything we might desire. They do not understand that what we want is for them to no longer exist as a threat. Captain Larry Davis commanded the space battle above the planet. The alien fleet was large, but it fought like prey animals, trying to escape from predators. They kept trying to retreat to safe positions instead of attacking with full force. All human ships, attack Formation Delta, Davis ordered. Drive them toward the planet's gravity well. Do not let any of them escape to warn other worlds. Human ships move like a pack of wolves, working together to cut off every escape route. When alien ships tried to run, the humans were faster. When they tried to fight, the humans were stronger. When they tried to hide, the humans found them. Emperor Sarthel watched his fleet being destroyed from his palace window. His species, the Void Monarchs, had been warriors once, long ago, but centuries of peace had made them soft. Sir, the humans are requesting communication, his aide reported. The main screen activated, and Admiral Morgan's face appeared. She looked tired, but satisfied, like a hunter who had finally cornered her prey. Emperor Zarthal, your fleet is destroyed. Your planet is surrounded. Surrender now, and we will allow your people to live. The Emperor straightened his shoulders with what dignity he had left. And if we refuse, Morgan's expression did not change. Then your species joins the others that chose extinction over submission. We have learned not to leave enemies alive behind us. Elder Mordrith of the Silicon Collective appeared beside the Emperor. His mechanical voice was filled with something humans had taught the galaxy to feel: despair. Admiral Morgan, we accept that we have lost. But we ask you to understand something. When we first met your species, we thought we were the predators and you were the prey. We see now that we were wrong about everything. Yes, you were wrong, Morgan replied. You thought the galaxy belonged to you. You thought you could control us like pets. You learned too late what humans really are. What are humans? Asked the Emperor. We are the species that survived by killing everything that tried to kill us. We are the species that made it to the stars by conquering our own world first. We are what evolution creates when a planet tries its hardest to destroy a species, and that species refuses to die. The communication ended. Within hours, the last alien defenses fell. The Confederation Council chose death rather than slavery, just as many human leaders would have done in their place. President Frank Collins stood before the United Earth Assembly, now governing dozens of worlds across the galaxy. Behind him were the generals and admirals who had won humanity's first interstellar war. Today, the galaxy learned what Earth knew all along, he announced to the assembled representatives. Humans are not just another species among the stars. We are the species that the stars themselves fear. Commander Roy Bennett of the UES Apex delivered the final report to Earth Command. Sir, all Confederation resistance has ended. Human colonies are being established on former alien worlds. The galaxy is ours. General Santos looked at the reports of human expansion across known space. New species were being discovered every month, and each one made the same choice when they met human forces: immediate submission or swift destruction. What about species that have not yet met us? She asked. Word travels fast in space, Bennett replied. Most aliens are already preparing surrender documents before our ships arrive in their systems. They have heard what happens to species that fight us. Dr. Patricia Green submitted her final psychological analysis of the war. The aliens built a civilization based on avoiding conflict. They thought intelligence meant never having to fight. They were wrong. True intelligence means being so good at fighting that no one dares to challenge you. 6 months later, human ships patrolled every corner of the galaxy that had once belonged to the Confederation. New alien species joined the growing human empire, peacefully, having learned from their predecessors' mistakes. On Earth, children learned about the war in school. They learned how their parents and grandparents had faced an entire galaxy of enemies and won. They learned that humans were not just survivors, but the ultimate predators of the universe. The final message was broadcast from Earth to every world in human space. This galaxy belongs to humanity now. We took it not because we wanted to rule others, but because others tried to rule us. Let this be a lesson to any species we have not yet met. Humans do not start wars, but we always finish them. The stars themselves seem to acknowledge their new masters, and the age of human dominance began.